Okay, tonight's homework. First thing, are both numbers fractions? And your answers here are yes or no. If they're fractions, they have to have common denominators. If they're not fractions, you need to put a 1 under a whole number and change the mixed number to an improper fraction. Then you divide the numerators, divide the denominators, and your answer, when you divide the denominators, is always going to be a 1. Then you can change your answer to a mixed number. To find a common denominator, you choose which denominator is larger or bigger. List the multiples of the larger number. Look to see if the smaller denominator will divide into any of the multiples. Make equal fractions. And be sure to keep the numbers you're doing in the same order. So, first problem. Are both numbers fractions? Yes. Do they have common denominators? No. So I look at my denominators, which one's bigger? 5 is bigger. So I write the multiples of 5. Then I check to see if the 3 will divide in. So will 3 divide into 5? No. Will 3 divide into 10? No. Will 3 divide into 15? Yes. That's my common denominator. So I've got to change them both to 15ths. So 3 times 5 is 15. So 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 3 is 9. So my new problem with common denominators is 5 15ths divided by 9 15ths. So divide your numerators, 5 ninths, because all fractions mean divide. Divide your denominators, 15 divided by 15, that's 1. So this is your answer, 5 ninths. All right, so let's go to the back. Okay, here we go. So, are both numbers fractions? No. So, put a 1 under a whole number. Okay, so now I have 12 divided by 1, and then divide by 3/5. So, are both numbers fractions? Yes. Find common denominators. So, common denominators, which one's bigger, 1 or 5? Count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. Will 1 divide into 5? Yes. So 5 is my common denominator. 1 times 5 is 5. So now I need to do 12 times 5. 12 times 5 is, if I think about the clock, 60. So my math problem is 60 over 5 divided by 3 over 5. Divide my numerators, 60 divided by 3, and then 5 divided by 5 is 1. So this is my answer. But then I can change it to a mixed number. And 60 divided by 3, all fractions mean divide. Write the denominator outside. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract, I get 0. Bring down my 0. 3 goes into 0 0 times, so my answer is 20. All right, next one. Are both numbers fractions? Yes. Find a common denominator. So, which one's bigger? 25 or 20? Or 5 rather. So, 25 is bigger, so I count by 25s. Will 5 divide into 25? Yes, yes it will. So I'm going to rewrite my problem here. And I want to change this to 25ths. So I know that 5 times 5 is 25. So 4 times 5, that's 20. So this is not here anymore. I've used it up. So my math problem is 24 25ths divided by 20 25ths. So my answer is 24 20ths, which I can change to, I can divide both of these by 4s, and I would get 6 over 5. So both of these are correct. Both of these would make me happy. This is better. This makes me really happy. Okay, next one. If 4/3 liters of water are enough to water 2/5 of the plants in the house, how much water is necessary to water all the plants in the house? Write a fact family for this question, then answer the question. Show your reasoning. So, I've got 4/3 liters of water equals 2/5 times something I don't know. So 4/3 equals 2/5 times the number of plants in the house. So I'm going to make a fact family. So 4/3 could also equal A times 2/5, and this is my answer. So 4/3 divided by 2/5 could equal A, or 4/3 divided by A could equal 2/5. So this is the problem I can do. I can do that problem right there, because that's the only one where it's a problem with an answer. So, are both numbers fractions? Yes. So now I need to find a common denominator. So 5 is bigger, so I'm going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. 3 divides into 5, no. 3 divides into 10, no. 3 divides into 15, yes. So that's my common denominator. So I'm going to do 4/3 divided by 2/5 equals, we don't know over 15, equals we don't know over 15. So 3 times 5 is 15, so 4 times 5 is 20. And 3 times 5 is 15, 2 times 3 is 6. So my math problem is 20/15 divided by 6/15, because I have to keep them in the same order. So 20/15 divided by 6/15. So my answer is 20 over 6. Okay, all fractions mean divide. Write the denominator outside. So it's 3 and 2/6, or 3 1/3 liters of water to water all the plants in the house. All right, last one. If a builder was building a fence, in the morning he worked for 2/5 of an hour, and in the afternoon he worked for 9/10 of an hour. How many times, so that's A, as long in the morning, so in the morning he worked for 2/5 of an hour, did he work in the afternoon? Okay, so some number times 2/5 equals 9/10. Wait a minute, did I do that? How many times as long in the morning did he work in the afternoon? Yeah. So I've got A times 2/5 equals 9/10. I've got 2/5 times A equals 9/10. I've got 9/10 divided by 2/5 equals A. And I've got 9/10 divided by A equals 2/5. Choose one of the members of the family and solve it. This is my one. So 9/10 divided by 2/5. So, are they both fractions? Yes. Find a common denominator. Common denominator is, big one is 10. So 10, 20, 30. So 10 goes into 5, so 10 is my number. So times 2 times 2, I get 4/10. This I don't need to use anymore, so it's 9/10 divided by 4/10, and my answer is 9/4. And if I wanted to change that, I could do all fractions mean divide, write the denominator outside. It's going to be 2 and 1/4. So the answer was, how many times as long? 2 and 1/4 times as long as the afternoon, as the morning.